Hello everyone and welcome. I have been playing this game called Whiskerwood for the last 3 or 4 weeks now, and I am absolutely obsessed with it. It is actually a really good game. It's like a city building game. You play as these little mice called Whiskers, and you have to appease the cats, which are called the claws. So you have to search for resources, build your little colony. It's just a really, really fun little game, and it looks really, really pretty. So I just want to run you through day one.
Royal scout ships identified your assigned archipelago as a potential colony as part of the Royal Scouting
to this game,
of
learning to it.
1681.
So a lot of the things I found
colonies
were
have successfully
had to
been
learn along the way.
as a result of those
let's
brave
get started and see where this takes us.
Yours could be the 73rd such colony.
So the first thing we need to do is build a trading dock. So it's quite simple. Our trading dock has to just go to water, and it's where the receivers
to choose an
ships and supplies
and construct your dock. Look for ample trees and berry bushes nearby.
The pirates come, the claws come through there. So it's the communications hub for the game. So this needs to be put on water. It costs 4 logs, but you'll get that in the beginning to build immediately, so you don't need to search for that. There is a number of islands which you can put your trading dock anywhere you want. Generally, most people would go for the center, which is the main island, and then branch out your resources from there. So, as it tells you, you need to find trees and berry bushes nearby, and this will get you started easily in the game. So, as we look on this main island here, there's trees here, a little bit of trees here, and some trees over here. Also, I like to zoom out and see the islands. So, this island here has got a lot of green on it, so it's going to be very good for farming in the future. This has a little bit of green on it, and this island here is quite small, but it has a lot of ores, and this island here is barren as well, not good for farming, but it has a lot of ores on it. So I'm probably going to go for this side here and probably focus around this area here to begin with. So there are a lot of trees here, and a lot of berry bushes, so I can put my trading dock around here. And it is not letting me access it for some reason. So let's build this side. So the first ship will be our Whiskers. So the Whiskers, we will choose 5 in the beginning, the setup game. And you have to receive things.
Warehouses are vital to preserving the market value of your tax
contributions. As the game progresses, you will be offered to receive Whiskers.
Watch that you do not satiate your warehouse's capacity on worthless goods. Focus on storing resources that will benefit the kingdom. Logs, cotton, and ores.
The first thing we want to build is our warehouse. So the warehouse will be
and supply
where
we
store all our goods, our berries, our wood, and etc. Whatever else we
construct the
build.
included central warehouse schematic near your trading
generally,
dock.
you want to put this near the trading dock, but really, it can go anywhere. You can also build on water as long as you have the logs. So as you see here, I can put this out into the water, but it's going to cost me 9 logs, and that is just to build the stilts to go from the ground to above water. And as you go out to deeper water, you see out here, very deep water, is going to cost me 69 logs just to build it all the way out there. So in the beginning, you don't want to build out on the water, just because you don't have the logs. And I'm going to put my warehouse over here. You can also, at the bottom right hand corner, you can speed up the time. So if you're waiting for something to get built, resources, you're just waiting for time, you can speed at the bottom. You can also pause the game at the bottom as well. The first ship you're going to receive is your supplies. So
congratulations to you and your fellow colonists.
You have to receive all those.
Under commission of the king,
now
it is my
you will
privilege
be
to
owed
offer
debts,
this
so
colony
you'll have to pay.
You embark on a mission worthy
claws,
of the greatest
cats,
of whiskers, and
your
all
debts,
of your kind
so
shall
they will
thank you
offer,
for your efforts. As you tame these wild lands and earn the payment
they will
for your
request
taxes, you are doing more
for you to
than any
pay.
whisker
And as you receive, as you grow,
you secure the means by which some industrious whiskers might enjoy safety.
Required
serve your king
more.
faithfully,
so be careful
and his
when
peace
you
will
build your
reign
colony.
over these
Don't
islands.
build it too fast and receive all the whiskers all at once, because you will just you won't be able to fulfill your taxes. But you also don't want to build it too slow. If you don't receive them, then you just won't be able to grow your colony. So it is a bit of a balancing act. What I like to do is to look at the top corner, and you see I have 5 whiskers, 0 have houses, 1 is currently at work, and then you've got all your education underneath that. 5 is how many whiskers that are currently doing nothing or building. So if they are not dedicated to a task, they will be off building whatever you want to build. If you have nothing to build, they won't be doing anything. Next is your approval. So you can approve approval to spend things. Rebellion fever. So that's the rebellion that you can cause against the cats. So I haven't actually had a rebellion yet. So let's see how that goes. I don't know what that tells, but as we go along, we will see. Wax seals, you can use to re-roll a lot of resources. When you receive whiskers, you can re-roll if you want a different whiskers, because they become with different traits. Your food, your fuel, your logs, your stone, planks, cut stone, and machinery. But we will go through this as we go along. The first little notification here was where we have a housing shortage. So we have 5 whiskers now, and we need to build 5 houses. I probably would not suggest going straight into building, just because we don't have the resources yet. So the first thing we want to do is find food for our whiskers. And the second thing we want to do is have wood, so we can start building houses, or stone. We can use stone to build houses. So down the bottom here, the first thing we want to do is building Foraging Hut. You can place these anywhere you want, and it doesn't really matter where you place them, because you can move them. So any of these in this category here, so the mining, the Foraging Hut, the Woodcutter, and the earthworks, you can move. You cannot move the farm.
Paying
but the rest
taxes to the crown is your primary responsibility. Most colonies pay their taxes with ores. Copper pays best,
wood
but
and
coal is more
berries,
plentiful.
you can move
Desperate
along.
colonies will ship out their construction logs.
Okay, you'll get objectives as you play the game.
To choose the path of non-desperation.
So it gives you a
Build
little
and
incentive
fully
of what
assign
you should
2
be building.
workers to at
So
least
the
one
first thing it wants us to
mining
do is build a mining camp. So 2 mining camps, and as a reward, we will get 1 whisker. So we will generally accept these just because it's easy, it gives us rewards, and we're going to be doing that anyway. As you see on the top left corner here, we now have a tax collection due in 2 days. So if we click this, upcoming taxes is 83, and this is what our available exports are. So we currently only have 26 logs, and they will be sold at 8 each, and which means we have $208 worth of items we can give the claws to appease their taxes. So we need to fulfill those taxes. The first thing we want to do is put workers into our foraging hut, so we can start foraging for food, and they will take the food back to their warehouse. So we click on the foraging hut, assign 2 workers, and click play, and they will start foraging these berries. So there are 2 types of items they forage for. They can forage for berries, which is just food, which later on we would make into different things, and flax. So the flax is these purple little flowers, which we use to make into clothing. The second thing we want to build is the woodcutter. So that's the very first item. So we'll put these over near the trees. So now you see that these 2 mice are foraging for berries, and they will forage the berries, take it back to the foraging hut, and when the foraging hut gets full, they will take the foraging hut berries back to the main warehouse. If there's another warehouse closer, they'll take it back to that warehouse. One thing I had to learn is the logistics, which doesn't tell you in the game. So you can set the destination for the berries to go to. So you can just click destination and click the warehouse. And now they will only take the berries back to the warehouse. Be careful when you do this though, because once that warehouse gets full, they will not take it anywhere and do anything. So I generally don't like to do that at the start of the game, especially if we're trying to, grow our colony. So we are building the woodcutter, the foraging hut, and we'll also build a mining tool. Sorry, a mining camp, I should say. That will be over here, but I'll build it over here and then move it to show you. Now we've got our first ship of whiskers, so we can click on the ship and see what whiskers we have. We cannot re-roll yet, just because we have no seals, but we can see the traits on the left-hand side. So the perfectionist, healthy, swift, diligent, and heavy eater. Generally, the better traits they have, the more they're going to cost. So you see heavy eater is going to eat a lot more food, so we refuse. I'm honestly not sure what the perfectionist does. Healthy, swift, and diligent, which are all generally good traits. I'm going to need a couple more whiskers immediately, so let's choose 2 and then get rid of 1. So you see, the expectations will be here. So the expectations are how much they expect from you. So the higher expectations, they're going to expect better housing, they're going to expect better food, they're going to expect better clothing. So generally, these will stay low at the start of the game. And then as you increase, these expectations will rise as your colony gets bigger. So we will go these 2. 12, 11, and 12. And then refuse the last one. Now you see this has got a little red sign next to it. It means no workers are assigned. So we click on that and then assign 2 workers. So now we have 3 workers left doing building. And then they should go to this mining camp. If you also click on the warehouse, you'll see what items we have in the warehouse. So we've got berries, we've got the hard track, which the supply ships will deliver to us. It's just to help the players, I guess, at the start of the game. If they don't have food, the mice won't stop. Logs, machinery, which we'll use when we build more factories, and woven cloaks. So at the end of the game, so when the evening comes, the mice will, if they need new clothing, they will grab clothing out of a warehouse. So click on the mining camp, we can click 2. Now we can move, these 3 can be moved anywhere. So click on the item and then click move. We can move it over closer to the ores. Now as you see, if you hover over, it tells you what the ores are. So this is copper ore. So let's get these 2 copper ores here. So click on the mining camp, click mine tool, and then click on the items we want them to mine. Now they will come out and start mining these. They will take the mining ore back to the mining camp, and then once the mining camp is full, they will take it back to this warehouse over here. Okay. And now we have
paying taxes to the crown is your primary responsibility.
Quests.
Most colonies pay their taxes with ores. Copper pays.
The first thing I want to do also is build some storage. So click on storage. Click on storage shed. And we can build a few of these. We have 2 people building now these 2 storage sheds. Storage is a big part of this game. So as you grow your colony, you will need more and more storage sheds. And then generally you can make particular items, multiple items. You can draw from those, you can pull them in. It's just, you need a lot of storage. So storage is also always a good thing to have. So now we need to get our housing. So actually, let's leave housing and leave it to day 2. If they don't have housing, they won't die. They will just sleep on the floor. So it will give you a negative rating, but the first few days are generally fine because they're happy that they're there. But after a couple of days, you'll start seeing a very negative impact. So we still need 8 housing. So let's do that on day 2. But let's start our farm. So with the farms, you generally have to look for areas where there's green. If you click on this farming tool, you will see the green areas are good for farming, and then the red areas are not good for farming. But this changes compared to what your crop fertility is. So this is berries. So berries will grow really well here. Click on the trees. The trees will also grow really well here. Cotton will grow well. And flax will all grow well. So let's put our farm here. So let's grab our farm. I generally like to put it a couple of floors up away from the main, the base floor. And as you'll see, there's a ring on this. The ring will be how far the farmers will go out to farm. So if you put a crop outside that ring, they will not farm it. So you'll start needing multiple farms to farm larger areas. So let's put this here. And we will now need to get our whiskers up here. So let's build some stairs. So click on paths and walking. Steep stairs are the easiest ones to go for in the beginning. You can get turning stairs if you want to go around a corner. So let's say we want to go from here down to here. You can click these stairs and that will it'll be a curved corner. So let's click here to rotate. And we need to get them all the way up here. Also, the stairs and the paths will have different travel speed. So if they're just walking on solid ground, they're going to be really slow. And then as you get paths, the first paths you get your log paths, which is makeshift paths, and they will give you a medium travel speed. So as you see now, these 2 storages are completed. And now these 2 should come over here to start completing this farm. The first thing I also like to do is start setting up my mushrooms as well. So if you look onto the farming tool, mushrooms aren't available yet until we have a farm. But mushrooms will not grow in sunlight, so you need to grow the mushrooms underground. So this is one thing I struggled with in the beginning, is getting my mushrooms. So I was having no mushrooms, and it was just a struggle to get those mushrooms. So while you're mining, mine the areas to build out the mushrooms, for the area for the mushrooms. So if we click on the mining tool, also remember that this is going to have to be in range of the farm. So let's click our entrance there. So now that I've finished that, we can click over here and move our mine over here. Now they will move over from there over to here. I forgot that they need planks to build the farms, so let's just not worry about the farm yet. But we can still clear out the area for the farms. And now it is evening. So in the evening, the mice will finish all the tasks. They will head home. They will need to shower, bath, grab some new clothes, and feed themselves. So as you grow your colony, you will need more food, you need more housing, and you will need more clothing. So also they will get further away from the main area, so you also need to build transportation to get them back. And yeah, it's very very challenging, definitely in the beginning when you're first learning. Now let's speed this up, because there's nothing much you can do in the evening apart from seeing where everyone is sleeping, going through your resources, and yeah. So I hope you have enjoyed day 1 of Whiskerwood. I hope this has helped you a little bit. If you want to see more, just give me a follow, give me a like. This is my very first video, so I hope you guys at least give me a like. And yeah, if you want to see more content like this, give me a like, a comment down below. Also, if there's other games you want me to play, there's other games you really love and you want to see me play it, if you want to see me struggle playing with it, I am more than happy to give it a go. So thank you guys so much. Day 1, let's see what we can do on day 2. Thank you so much.